morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Wednesday, October 11th, 2023. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. The team was off yesterday, so there is no injury report. Let's get right to the audio portion of the show because there was a couple juicy little sound bites that I think you are going to want to hear. Yesterday, I played for you a clip of Micah Parsons continuing to talk trash, even though he just got humiliated by the 49ers. Well, as you might imagine, the Niners themselves felt some kind of way about that. So, first, let's get to Deebo Samuel, who was asked about Parsons' comments while Deebo was on the Up and Adams show with Kay Adams.
It was already personal before the game started. Now, 42-10, I don't think you want to see us again. It might be a little bit worse.
See, Micah Parsons, that's how it's done. Attaboy, Deebo Samuel. Apparently, there's nothing he can't do. Now, speaking of that infamous shirt, George Kittle was a guest on KNBR and explained how that shirt came about.
At the end of the day, it's the Niners versus the Cowboys. It's historic. I'm pulling from, that. I always try to say this, we stand on the shoulders of those that came before us, and the 49ers in the 80s and 90s, they won a lot of football games, and we stand on those shoulders, and you see those Super Bowl trophies every single day. It's fun to channel that energy once in a while. And so that's all I was doing. I had some fun with it. Do I regret anything? No, not at all, and I would do it again. And if I would have scored 0 touchdowns, I would have shown the shirt regardless because I love the Niners, and I love being a part of this organization. I'm a mild internet troll. It's just kind of the age I grew up in.
Clearly, Micah Parsons doesn't know the history there. Whatever. George Kittle didn't do anything wrong, and he's right to defend it. It was fantastic. Now, speaking of that Kittle interview on KNBR, George was also asked to respond to comments from ESPN's Dan Orlovsky, who said that if Mac Jones was on the 49ers, he would be doing the exact same thing that Brock Purdy is currently doing.
That's disrespectful to Brock Purdy.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, I think Mac Jones is a fine quarterback.
Yeah.
Currently what Brock's doing, you look at his stats, just watch the tape. People just say, I see his stats. I see some of the things they talk about on Sunday Night Football. No, just watch him move in the pocket. Watch some of these throws that he's making. Sure, is there room for improvement? There's room for improvement on all of us. We can all get better. The reason that Brock gets, it's all focused on him is he's a quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, and we're 5-0. It's one of the most historic franchises. There's always a quarterback. Some type of, not controversy, but someone wants to say something about the 49ers quarterback, and that's what it's talked about.
Right.
Okay, so let him talk about it. Just watch the tape and watch what he does every single game. It's phenomenal.
Say no more.
Let the kid play, let the kid cook.
It is very clear right now how much the 49ers love their quarterback, and why shouldn't they? The dude is balling. We're 5 games into the season. He hasn't lost. He actually hasn't lost in his career. He's got 20 touchdowns in 10 career starts. What's not to love exactly? And by the way, there's no way McCorkle Jones would have no interceptions 5 games into the season if he was on the 49ers. No, thank you. Hard pass. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Wednesday. I actually don't have an article for you. Instead, I have a tweet. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tweet's not very long. Well, this one is, and it comes from Kurt Benkert, who was part of the Niners practice squad as a quarterback in 2022. He wrote about what he thought separated Kyle Shanahan from other coaches in the league. Very interesting stuff that cut against the grain of a lot of the Kyle Shanahan narratives out there. So I thought you should read it. We will have a link to the tweet in the description of this episode. One thing to watch, new defensive line addition, Randy Gregory, is going to get with the team this week. He's going to meet with Chris Kasarik, defensive line coach, to try to get him up to speed so that he can be on the field on Sunday when the 49ers face the Cleveland Browns. One thing you may have missed, the Minnesota Vikings are placing Justin Jefferson on injured reserve, which means he's going to miss the next 4 games. Now, why should you care about that? Because one of those games is October 23rd, Monday Night Football against the San Francisco 49ers. Now, for the record, I never, ever, ever root for anybody to get hurt. But if you're asking me if I'm glad that Justin Jefferson won't be on the field that day, the answer is yes, because he is amazing. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. Stay tuned for Stats and Cone. That'll be 9 a.m. Pacific time today, live on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. I'm at Stats on Fire. That's where it'll be if you want to join us. It's one of our most lively shows of the week. And once again, I will try and see, I should say, if Grant Cohn can find a single 49ers thing to complain about, as they have now won, 32 billion straight regular season games. Enjoy your Wednesday, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk later today.